What is up today? I've got something special. Normally, here on this channel, we like to review dead card games. Games that are no longer relevant, no longer played, printed, cared about, collected, just generally forgotten. But I've got an opportunity today to show you something new, something that's just happening now. Official release date was just the beginning of June this year, and is with plenty more releases planned ahead. This is a booster pack specifically for a new game called Legends of Fusion. It's a game that I discovered through Facebook, created by a gentleman named Drew. I'll post a link to his page as well as the Facebook group with this video. He's got 3 sort of sets released so far, along with a number of starter decks. This is a booster pack for the first set, Prodigy Fusionist. Having a hard time keeping track of it, I apologize. These are booster packs he had made. They come in, you can buy full boxes, you can buy starter decks. He does sort of regular video channel, or regular weekly segments on, he calls it the Fusionist Academy, where he teaches you like better ways to play the decks, combos that you can run, things like that. He just builds his own decks and goes live. There's the store where he's local to actually holds events. They have a big tournament coming up for this. And he's doing a cool thing where anyone who's really shown any interest at all, he's willing to send them a pack to kind of get the ball rolling. I told him that I would do my best to get at least a little bit of an advertisement going here and show the world what we've got to look at. This will be my first pack of these as well. So let's take a look. One thing that's cool is you do get 18 cards in a pack. That's a great sized pack. Not the most involved booster pack packaging, but I mean, we always throw the packs away when we're done anyway, right? So the pack itself, feels it's a very thick foil. It's got the art is kind of printed on the pack, and on mine it's kind of peeling at the top here. But again, the pack itself could be a piece of paper as far as we're concerned. I'm just excited to see what's on the inside. It does have a nice little rip tab here. We'll see if it rips as well as it looks like it should. Well, it got me a little bit of a corner. Let's see if it'll pull down the side here. Okay. So, pack refuse aside, we've got a nice card back here. There's a lot going on. One of the things that he sells as a big selling point of his game, as he does have 18 playable elements within the game, which is just a ton. But he also has a really large card pool already. It's already like hundreds of cards. He's been working on this game himself for years and years and years and years, but it's finally come to fruition and ready to be played. So let's see what we got. We've got Ripple Retreat here. This is a trigger card. Now I will apologize, I don't know enough about the rules to know exactly what to tell you these do yet here. I really just was going to do a blind unveiling of the cards and show you guys what it would look like if you were getting them for the first time yourself too. The card itself is thick. It's a really nice cardboard. I've got a Dragon Ball Super card here, and it's a very similar thickness to this, but in a slightly different way. If you can tell it's like thinner cardstock, but it's almost the same kind of thickness. It's impressive, especially for a card that's like not foil or anything. You can kind of hear like it's a thick cardboard despite being pretty thin itself. We've got Cancel Attack. There's a lot of like colors and things that go on these cards. It was one of the things that first kind of like enticed me, is it's got kind of a like real early 2000s CGI kind of vibe. You remember that show Reboot? It reminds me of Reboot. I don't mean that in a bad way, I promise. I mean it endearingly, like the way that Beast Wars looked cool when we were kids, I hope that comes across right. Play this card. When your opponent draws a card at the beginning of your turn, roll the die. If the die lands on a 5 or 6, your opponent can't attack using Egen cards or Fusionist cards. So Egen cards are like your units in this game, and Fusionists are like your leader or your commander, if you're consider like Magic style. You start with like a team of them, and then you build more of them as you play the game. Here we've got an Earth Wolf. He's a nice, happy-looking doggo man. When you play this card, you can play one more fire element card from your hand to your alignment. I think that's probably fire. It might be Earth. The cards do have a weakness. It's kind of small here, but let's see if I can get the phone to focus on that. There we go. It's weak against a couple of different colors. You can fuse with a couple of different colors. There's a card penalty and a phase cost here. Again, I don't know what that means yet, but it does exist. And then you've got the actual stats on the side here: attack, defense, HP, and level. We got a Verde potion. Recover 20 hit points for one of your Egen or Fusionist cards. Lava Wipeout. You must have a lava card in play to play this card. Put it underneath your Egen or Fusionist. Discard after the effect. If your opponent successfully attack the targeted card, discard all trigger cards that are not lava cards. Okay. We got Fortifying Stance. I like those little pyramids there. It's a cool art style there. Zephyr Gale. That's I don't know. I like the colors. They're a little bit they're a little garish. It's a lot, but in a way that I don't know, I enjoy it. It feels homemade, but it feels like it feels like someone had a lot of fun doing the art with what they had. Ooh, this is just like an element card. It says what does that say? Element. Probably wind, I would guess. Then we've got a dimension. The Swanee Plains. I wonder if this should say snowy. Who knows? Maybe that's on purpose. Swanee Plains. Dimension cards stay in play. You can play one dimension per turn. Once per turn. So they're just like an effect that sticks around and lets you have more effects on board. And a Zephyr Spreader. Durgo's Rock. Oh, gives you +1 defense, okay. Sonic Eagle. Cool. Oh, and then we got a lava element and a fusion. You know, if you have a fire and an earth, you can play this lava. That makes sense. That's one of the things that I do know about this game is that it's very, very focused on like the element building, and you have a lot of like basic elements that combine to become a much larger one. Whisper Cat. I really like the art on this card. Oh, and we got a Fusionist here. Anapos the Aqua Monk. There's one of the starter decks for the first set is actually this guy. So that's cool. It's cool to know you could get him like within a set. It's not just starter deck exclusive or something like that. Finally, we've got a Meadow Wolf. The art on this card's really cool too. I really like this like sun ray coming through here. That's really well drawn. The green and gold is a really nice color combo there. And then lastly, Elemental Fusion Burst. Unique. Discard the X card. Discard the X card at the end of your turn. Okay. When you play Elemental Fusion Burst, search your deck for 8 element cards, put them into your hand. Whew. Shuffle your deck afterwards, and you may play and fuse as many element cards as you want this turn. I don't know about the balance of this game yet, but if I were to imagine a Magic card that said search your deck for 8 lands and put them into your hand and then play any of them that you want, that sounds really strong. If I thought about like Pokemon and it said search your deck for 8 energies and attach them to a Pokemon, like that sounds really strong. This card's probably great. Also looks really cool. The color discrepancy, like between the black and the white border with like the really colorful middle. It's a really nice like dichotomy there. Anyway, that is the last card within my first Legends of Fusion Prodigy Fusionist pack. 18 cards here. Maybe we'll get some more of this. I might pick up a starter deck and give it a shot. It is interesting to see, you know, individuals making their own game. I've followed the Exodus card game, where it's a brother and sister who've made their own game, and there's a couple other games that I've kind of bought into where it's just individual people making their own thing, and it's really interesting to me when someone decides to make that call. I mean, we know that even full-fledged big budget card games don't really last now, so to see someone really stick their neck out like that and give it a shot is something I applaud. I've made a couple of my own card games for fun, and you know, I wouldn't dare release them, but I play them with friends and stuff, and I couldn't imagine like the step it would take to take that dive. I applaud anyone who gives it a shot, especially having it, you know, fully produced in booster packs. You can actually buy this in stores. There's a store having tournaments for it. That's cool. That's grassroots, and I love it. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out a booster pack of Legends of Fusion with me. Maybe we'll have some more content for this. Go check out some for yourself. Pick some up. It's a pretty affordable game, too. All right. Next time.